Hey traders, Rick here with Hit and Run Candlesticks. Today's date is Tuesday, October 17, 2023. The market all closed up, and I thought I'd put a little video out there on a couple of trades and answer a question that somebody from YouTube asked me from the comment section. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, we would appreciate a thumbs up. Leave us a comment down below. Throw a stock down there if you have questions about it. Share a trade with us. I'd be glad to cover it in a future video. All right, let's kick this off and get started. We've got 5 charts I'm going to look at. I want to start with the SPY and the Qs, and then we'll go into those charts. The SPY here, we've had this great little bounce off the 200 and the 200 period moving average and the 500 period moving average. We've rallied up here. This dotted blue line here, that's the 50 exponential moving average. And man, there are some bears hanging around there that just will not let the bulls through. So that looks like that's going to become a pretty important area. If we can't get through it, the bulls may just give up and pull back, and that could cause some problems for the bullish side of traders. The bearish side of traders will love it. And then, of course, if we get below these lows over here, the October lows, if we get below that, then, well, we'll talk about that on another video. So let's look at the Qs here really quick. 1, 2, 3 Qs. You can see the Qs. We've got that, same bottom in, a low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. Now, I think the Qs are faring better. Keep in mind that NVIDIA and Tesla report tomorrow, and they have a lot of weight with the Qs. So probably we'll just have to see how they report. But that could change the Qs just absolutely bonkers bullish or absolutely bonkers bearish. And you be careful which side of that trade that you might be on. Looks like we closed over the 50 period moving average. We're over the trend indicator, the red green dots here. And you can see the T line is above the trend indicator. So that's a real plus for me. I want to look at 2 charts with you here. I call them the dark chart. And this is the, well, let me go to the daily first, I guess. Here's the Qs, and you can see how the T line is over the trend indicator and the trend indicator is green. That's a good looking chart. I think we're doing a good job here. I do think we're on the edge. We don't have tons of momentum there, but we have a little bit of momentum. If you look at the 3-bar chart, I think you've got good momentum right here. We need a little more follow through. Let's look at the SPY on this now. The 3-bar chart, by the way, the 3-bar chart is just a 130-minute chart that breaks the daily candle down into 3 bars. That's all that is. So on the 3-bar chart of the SPY, I think we have really nice momentum. Let's go to the daily. The momentum is weak on it, really, really weak. We're just barely over that edge. Not enough to get really excited about it. And you can clearly see that downtrend right there. So I think there's a lot of caution out there, needs to be had right now. Again, NVIDIA and Tesla report tomorrow. I believe it's after the bell. So that could be a real game changer. All right, let's take a look at some of these charts. I'm going to start with DLTR. Now, we talked about DLTR in the trading room yesterday, and I think we may even have looked here, and we ended up buying this yesterday. Now, we sent an alert out to all of our members, so all the members, received an alert exactly, what month we bought an option, what month, what strike, so everyone knew that. We closed it today. This was just a 1-day trade, but we closed it with a 50% gain on 6 contracts. That's not bad. Not bad. Now, it could go up higher. It really could. But it could also go down. And I didn't want to risk the money out there. Now, what I'm looking at here is, let's go back and look at the trade now. Look at that beautiful rounded bottom that we've got in here. And then look how this thing popped up, flagged right there, broke out of the flag, and there's where we bought it. So I just want to show a reason why we may have bought that. I'm going to, on a lot of the other charts, we're going to look at a 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, 5-day charts, not intraday. I'm going to go higher, and I'll show you why. Now, I actually didn't do it on this one, so I'm going to do it right now. 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, 5-day. There it is. Let's talk about candlestick signals, okay? A Morningstar, by the way, is my favorite candlestick signal of all. It may not be the most powerful, but it is my favorite candlestick. And the reason is, let me show you why here, arrow. The reason is a Morningstar is defined, let's do it this way, down, and then you've got this morning, you know, this the perfect Morningstar is a little gap down and then up like this, you know. Now, I fudge on that a lot. I fudge on that a whole lot. You can ask anybody in the trading room. Now, let me show you. So I look at this on the weekly, and I see a Morningstar signal. Here's your down candle. There's your star. There's your star. There's your star. This is a 3-bar Morningstar candle. It also happens to be a hammer and a bullish engulf as well. But right there is a Morningstar. So to me, that is just an absolute reversal pattern with follow through. Candlestick signals always require follow through. So here we are down, star, up. When we come past the beginning candle of that Morningstar, that's where I get pretty excited. Now from here, again, remember we're looking at the daily chart, okay? From here, I want to see follow through, just like that. Now, of course, it can, you know, go sideways if it wants and then up like that. But with this line on there, now let's go back to the daily. There you go. So really, it just broke out. It really did. This is looking really good. Again, the only reason I sold it is because I didn't want the risk hanging out there overnight. So that's the only reason I sold it. I will be looking to buy this back. Now, let's go take a look at ESTE. Look at that Morningstar signal here. To me, that's a Morningstar signal. So when this pops up like that and it breaks out, and look at that pullback. What a beautiful 3/8 trap. You guys, anybody listening to this video, I'm almost guessing everybody here has heard of the 3/8 trap. That is a flagship strategy of ours that we just love it. It helps so much with an entry. It's just incredible. So Morningstar reversal, follow through. That's half of the proof. The other half of the proof is the pullback and continuation. And what a nice trade that would have made right there. All started with a Morningstar signal bouncing off the 50-period moving average is a bonus. Trend indicator turning green is a bonus. Let's look at Nike. So here's Nike. Nike gaps up, and here it pulls back right to a 3/8 trap right in there. And then look how that thing just ran up. That could have been bought right in there. So sweet, really nice. Let's take this longer now to a 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, 5-day, and take a look at it. I know that a lot of people look at smaller time frames. I prefer to look at longer time frames. And what I'm looking for is, it's the same chart. Whether you're looking at the daily chart or the weekly chart, it's the exact same chart. But if you study candlesticks, if you are into candlesticks and you follow those candlesticks, then what you're looking for is clues. And sometimes you don't see the clue on a daily chart. But if we move it to a 2-day chart, wow, does that change or does that change? So back to the daily, you get the gap. I think what people forget, what is a gap? It's still a bullish candle starting from the bottom. Look how that gapped up, and look at that 3/8 trap right in there. Now, I would prefer it over the trend indicator. I would, but still, there's that 3/8 trap looking really good right in there. And look how that thing ran right to that 50 period moving average. Here's a 3-day chart. Same thing. Remember, it's the same chart. Look at that Morningstar. Back to the 2-day. I forgot to mention that. Look at that Morningstar signal there. Gorgeous. 3-day chart, Morningstar signal, up, follow through. 4-day chart, bullish engulf, up, bullish engulf. Here, 4-day chart. We surpassed the 500 period moving average. That's this dark line right there. Up, we had follow through that held over the 500. And now, look at it move up. 5-day chart, bullish piercing candle. See, we look for clues is what we look for. And I like going longer rather than shorter. All right, let's take a look at Disney. And I want to thank one of our members on YouTube for asking a question about Disney. I apologize. I don't have the question up in front of me. I should have had that. I think it was something, is Disney ready, setting up to go higher? Well, let's take a look at Disney, okay? Note the Morningstar signal on the daily chart. I want to take a look at the 2-day. We're still under the 50 period moving average. 3-day, we're still under the 50. 4-day, we're under the 50. 5-day, we're under the 50. If you look at the 5-day, the weekly chart, I think we're setting up pretty good down here. I think we have a good start, but I also think there is a world of resistance right through here. So let's put a line right there. Now let's go back to that daily chart. So, you know, on the daily, this is one of our flagship strategies called the rounded bottom breakout. And it is, the trend indicator is not over the 50 period moving average yet, but it's close. Okay, so you know, let's count close for now. So we may get a little pop. We move up here to the dotted deuce. I would suspect we see a little bit of rest in there and setting up. And by that time, we'll have a clear trend indicator over the 50 period moving average. And I think that will set this up a little bit better. If I had to trade this right now, which I do not plan to because it doesn't meet all my criteria, just what I'm talking about here, I think, you know, you may get up here toward that 91 area, maybe even tag the 200 period moving average. But I think this thing really gets good when you get some momentum in there. When you get some momentum in there. And a little more trend, another little pullback. Because right now it's just low, high, higher, low, higher, high. Maybe another higher low, maybe another higher high. Now, Disney, you get over the 200 period moving average right here. I think Disney could go right up here toward that 500 period moving average of about 110. Okay, so we'll keep our eyes on that. I'll do that since you asked questions about it. Thank you very much for your question. Okay, here's the last chart I have, BAH. I want to look at this one because one of my setups that I like is when price goes from red to green on the trend indicator. This is what it excuse me. This is what it looks like with just the T line, the trend indicator, and a black chart. Extremely visual. You can absolutely see when to be bullish, when to be bearish, when to be bullish. This is probably my favorite chart to look at. It's so easy, so simple. Now, let's look here. So what do we see here? I'm actually going to get rid of that line. There we go. What do we see here? Let's go to a 2-day chart. 2-day chart. You see right there what's building? Are we building a Morningstar? Maybe. 3-day chart. What do we have right here? So bullish Hiromi, but isn't that the same thing as if you look at those 3 bars, isn't that pretty much what a Morningstar is right there? There you go. 4-day chart, there you go. 5-day chart, there you go. So What I want to do is put that line right there. Look, you can look at a 4-day chart. You know, your line is still there. There's your line right there. 3-day, 2-day. There's your line right there on that candle. So what I'm pointing out here is that's where this becomes a buy. So could have been bought here. Probably, you know, maybe bought that, maybe still in it. If you didn't, this pullback right here would have given you a 3-8 trap. That's one of our flagship strategies right there. That, yeah, right there would have done it. Flagship strategy. And look how that thing took off. All righty. Thank you so very much for watching our video. I hope it was helpful. Leave us a comment below. Let us know. I'll get another video out there, okay? Thanks a bunch, everyone. Take care. Have a great night.